it. So this is it. Coughing. Do you think reverse aging is possible? The work of Dr. Sinclair is too good to be true. Well, I've heard evidence that you can reverse diabetes. So you can, if aging is basically just the body falling apart, the body declining, the body collapsing, basically, then there seems to be some evidence that on some measures of aging, you can reverse aging. So from what I'm aware, at least on some measures of it, yes.
Totally.
Michael?
I actually have been partially successful in achieving this through hacking my own body's biochemistry. So I've been playing around with some what I call anti-agathic medications or chemicals, which reduce the body's burden of things like dead cells and all that sort of thing. So one thing is the quercetins, which are a class of compounds which are now known to be highly senolytic. I take those in conjunction with things like resveratrol. I'm also very interested in the literature on what's known as rapamycin and metformin, which is the metformins are an anti-diabetes medication which cause your body's cells to become less insulin sensitive. And the effect of these is thought to reverse aging, not reverse you to a baby, but reverse aging to the point where you can sort of, you might de-age a little bit initially during the intake phase and then sort of stabilize out. So there's a whole bunch of very promising lines of anti-agathic treatments out there, some of which doctors will prescribe. There's a doctor in New York who is actually prescribing metformins and rapamycins for once weekly use, which is because these things are quite dangerous. Well, rapamycin is a very powerful immune system inhibitor, so it will cause you a lot of damage if you take it unnecessarily. But the doctor will give it to you for once weekly use, off-label essentially. So it's interesting, and also there's all sorts of things with young blood transfusions, for example, which seem to be showing promise. There's a whole bunch of things. Metabolic cycling is another thing, so getting your metabolism to sort of shift. I think it's absolutely fascinating stuff. I follow this literature reasonably closely.
Yeah. Okay. So I hope that answers it. So if you want to reverse aging, then get in touch with Michael, and he will give you the rundown on how to do so.
Caloric restriction, but it's better to not actually do caloric restriction because it's extremely unpleasant. I've tried it. What you need to do is you need something that'll mimic caloric restriction by upregulating the various genes that are upregulated by the action of restricting your calorie intake.
Okay, we will see you on Thursday at 7 o'clock UK time, 2 o'clock in New York at the Jolly Heretic for a few pints of intellectual heresy. So goodbye.
Be seeing you.